Are we all here? How's everyone doing? You won't believe this. I thought I hit live and I did a whole intro right now, and then I realized it wasn't live. So hopefully everyone's here. Hopefully I didn't lose too many people. Who's all here? Let me go through the chat real fast. We got Vincent Tippin was here very early. Good to see you, sir. I got Oki in the house. We got Michelle. We got Jeff Matlow, Wildcat Tattoos. Got Danger Dave. What's up, Danger Dave? And we got Hal Ben Holler, of course. Good to see you. Good to see you. I guess am I live now? Got Cryptid Castleberry in the house. Great to see you. Yeah, I literally just did like a whole intro. But we're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to explain to you why this is actually a good thing and why I'm very jazzed up about the future of Bigfooting right now and how it makes sense. That's the other important thing. Like once we're able to once the dust settles, and I understand this is probably topsy-turvy to some people, but trust me, once the dust settles, we'll be able to wrap our heads, I think, around this phenomenon a lot better, and we're going to be able to do a lot better research coming forward. So that's Scorpius in the house. Good to see you, stranger. Who else we got? How's audio? How's everything sounding? Is it sounding good? We were just 5 minutes late. That's fine. So let's get first off, I'm kind of curious. Go ahead, put this in chat as you may. But I'm curious what everyone else's kind of opinion on it. I know a lot of people are sticking with, and rightfully so, I'm gonna wait till I see it. And I was on that camp fully. And then once I heard from, we all heard, well, if you paying attention, you've listened to the Eric talk about it on Harry Man Road. And there's not like a hint of skepticism or it seems to leave no doubt to the imagination. This seems to be, in fact, footage of a test run with the patty suit, a patty suit that looks like the patty suit, has breast. You see a young Bob Gimlin in the footage also. Now, Bob Hermonimus was not in the suit in the test footage, but he claimed that he was, and I guess he's a larger man than it was. Another guy who escapes me was in the suit at the time. Then I guess Bob wore it on the day. But from how it's all described, this is shown to multiple Bigfoot researchers, very high profile in the field, and they concede that this is, in fact, a suit, and Patty is unfortunately a hoax. I went through my entire life, never doubting that footage for a day. And for all the same reasons, people are going to be sticking by it till this documentary is seen widely. But I just find the whole thing fascinating. But yeah, for all the same reasons. I mean, we've watched, how many analyses have we watched where they're measuring different lengths, they're showing you different muscle pulls and all that. And that's something else that's shown in the documentary, is that there was a padded suit underneath that one showing padding. That kind of explains that. The other thing is that the footage is shown is much steadier and clearer. And why you do a test footage like that is to figure out what does it take to make something look as real as it can be. So they would have known to plan from these test footage to be shakier, what distance it looks best at. And this is kind of lining up. I mean, it's again, it leaves really nothing to be misinterpreted from the people who have seen this and walking out. And it was even said that in the showing, which was done at South by Southwest Film Festival, by the way, and I've gotten comments going like, oh, this is unprofessional documentary filmmakers that did this. Steven Spielberg was the keynote speaker at this year's South by Southwest Festival. Disclosure is premiering there. But like, this isn't a festival that you just get into being unprofessional and not putting out a good product. And these people, they put the pieces together, and the way they laid it out, it's kind of undeniable. Let me check chat real quick. Let's see how many people want me dead. 5 by 5. Good. Glad to hear that. We got me neither. Danger Dave figures. God bless. From Tim Shelley. Good to see you, man. No one's ever come close to duplicating it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the hoax theorist. Smoking ashes and woot. Again, it's like, why is there footage that exists of a young Bob Gimlin with a Bigfoot suit with breast on it that looked like Patty? And it's proven through the Chrotochrome film that that film was processed, or at least the film stock was from 1966. But again, where was this part in the narrative? Where was this part of the story ever told? if there was a situation where it was like a oh, we built a suit to do a recreation or something like that. This was never brought up. So this is quite shocking. Someone riding a bike by. Scorvia says the contemporary Planet of the Apes costumes could not come close to Patty. Again, this is another issue where it's like there's a certain shake, there's a certain motion blur that comes with that, and then in the only thing I can think, if you really want to kind of think about it, is that like when this footage was updated and enhanced from motion blur, it is being put together with the mindset that this is a living, breathing animal. So, like, is there a manipulation taking place in these updates and in these enhancements that have gone by? And again, I cannot stress this enough. There's footage of young Bob Gimlin in 1966 with a Bigfoot suit with breast on it that looks like Patty. And people aren't saying it's similar to Patty. People aren't saying it. They're saying it's the Patty suit. And again, if you want to go even further with it, where is the lawsuits coming out? Where is the cease and desist to not have this shown? Where is that happening? It's not. It's not because it's true. If they were lying, if these filmmakers were lying, it's very simple to handle that in a legal manner. And this is like a thing that can be handled legally. This is the big money that has existed around this. Where is that happening at? It's not. It's not happening. Mulvey Motorsports, what's up? Hey, the bus is doing fabulous today. I just told everybody. I'm rocking about 300 watts of beautiful sunlight right now. It's cold out here. It's like 39 degrees or 40 degrees right now. But I'm rocking full power. This thing's staying charged, just running the Starlink. I got everything going. How you doing, buddy? And did you hear the big news? The Patterson footage is fake. Mr. Booberg goes, a suit with somebody else smaller in it. And I think the person that was smaller in it, there was the guy who made the most money out of the whole situation. What was his name? Al Dinklick or something like that. There's a whole part in the documentary that I guess talks about him. And in fact, when his daughter is about to tell her story, because she wants to, his estate walks in at the time with lawyers and gets her out of there. Malby Motorsport said, I thought the Patterson footage was proven fake 20 years ago. It's gone through multiple stages where people have come out. And that's a big part of the documentary, that it kind of builds up this story and explains how it's like when the people who were in play who did want to come out and tell the truth. And this is an issue with the Bigfoot community. Maybe this is something we should be talking about, is the toxicity of anybody who doesn't go directly with the grain all the time, because there's been the people involved in this documentary. They have tried to come out before, and they get not attacked for anything that they're putting forward evidence wise. They get attacked for personal things in their lives, their relationships with their families. And it's just brutal. But now it's being like laid out in plain and simple English. And this video was, again, this footage was shown to Dr. Jeff Maldrum, the new test footage that was found. And we'll get into that too, the processing of it. It was done by, I think, the Boeing company had a laboratory that could actually, there was only 2 places that could do the chronochrome processing of the film. And that's who came forward with this, was like the daughter of a guy who, the daughter of the guy who like worked on it, who like edited it. Because the person who claimed to have done who they claimed to have done the processing was like a private company in the area. And the woman who did it said that it was not the original master footage. She just made a copy of one original copy. Funny, this is all coming out right after the huge Bigfoot cluster sighting in Ohio made the news. Well, this film was actually supposed to come out last year, and then I'll post the link to the Aftermath show and the episode that, like, if you wanted to watch this, it's on Sasquatch Secrets, the Aftermath, where they go through it all. And even Thomas Steenberg, who's a longtime proponent of the footage, he said this was a huge kick in the crotch for him. But he said what I said, man. The truth shall set you free. This is a good thing. We're all learning something from this. And what are we learning from this? It's hard to film a Bigfoot. It's not easy. How did 2 guys do it one time in 1967? Now we know they did it. So this is why this is hard. And now we have the opportunity to actually film a Bigfoot. Like, we don't have to be stuck with the stigma and have to follow the grain that has been laid out by this footage. Like, we can break away from it now. And it also clears the entire hard drive space of all this. And there is names now that like we can connect with people going like, well, this is a deceiving person. This is someone who manipulated information. We now know that. That's a great thing to have. This is a good thing. Michelle says that's just right on. Chat's flying. This is good stuff. Many monoprosthetics are still horrible. Jerry Riggin again. And again, this is something where it's like when they're doing test footage, they say that the test footage is very clear and very stable in this. And that like they had to figure it out like how much shake to add motion blur. And when you start adding like motion blur into like actual 16 millimeter film, and then you're trying to enhance it, stabilize it, what effects does that have? Like this is a new opportunity to even learn how to analyze footage now. This is a good thing, folks. It's fine. We're all going to be all right. Nothing's different. This doesn't prove Bigfoot doesn't exist at all. This actually takes away a false barrier of entry. Like this removes that now. Now we have to open our minds up and explore this topic in a much freer and clearer light. Way I'm looking at it. Oki asks, is the new evidence on the suit original or recently made to create it? The evidence that they provide is a film stock that was held by the editor of the footage that was in his private collection. It was in a vault, and it was probably one of many, and it was the only piece. His daughter, he passed away, his daughter pulled it out. There was a whole story, too, about the daughter being afraid to bicycle to school because she's afraid of Bigfoot's going to grab her, and her dad tells her, you don't got to worry about that. And then she finally took the footage to get digitized, and it is what it is. It's confirmed to be from the film stock, at least I believe, is confirmed to be from 1966 by a number and color coding that's on the film print. They said that it looks spectacular, probably because it's been sitting locked in a safe for 60 years. So it's clear as day. It starts out with how it's described as it starts out. You see Bob Gimlin, he's on a horse, and he's kind of like flashing a revolver. And then it kind of pans around a bit, and then it cuts to a wide shot, and then you see Patty walking out. And I guess there's footage also that's just kind of like sprinkled in there of, because you got to remember when you film it with these old 16 millimeters, like it's on, off, on, off. It's so I guess you see the suit, you see the muscle padding, it's all there. And again, if there was if people were coming out of the theater watching this going like, well, it's not exactly the same, it looks a little different. No one's saying that. No one's saying that. Everyone's saying it's the suit. And I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow. I know, guys. Again, I believe this video my entire life. But you have to take new information and it has to be processed. And I understand that like this next week is it'll be a lot of emotional roller coasters with people. I put a post about it. It's already getting lit up on fire. That's fine. I expected that. I understood that. But let's give everybody a week to kind of process this. And can we all just chill for a second? And let's just process what's going on. The footage, I think, is supposed to be coming out for wider audiences, I think, within like a week or two. They wanted to premiere it at South by Southwest because of the size of the venue it is. They didn't want it kind of going around to smaller festivals and then like footage getting leaked out. Okay, where are we at? I'm gonna check on chat real quick. The chain of custody is required for court veracity. It's a great habit to develop to maintain credibility. I'm like, oh, maybe I missed something there. I'm not following you on that one. Again, people are going back to, and this is what you keep. Well, you get two things. You get Bob Gimlin's a good man. He wouldn't lie. A good liar has to be a good person. An outwardly bad behaving person, you wouldn't believe them. You have to sell it. Have you guys ever purchased a vehicle or a car from a dealership? Was a salesman nice to you? That's not an argument. Someone being a good person doesn't mean that they're not liars. To be a good liar, you have to put on a persona. And again, this is money being made off this footage. And that's the big reason for why the story persisted for so long. Roger Patterson wanted the licensing money for his wife, for a nest egg after he passed. So there is you want to call it honorable. It's something. he wanted to take care of his family after he passed. That's a totally rational idea. But again, like as far as like what we're seeing in that footage, it's kind of a moot point now because all the experts were wrong. All the people who did the measuring and did all this, it's wrong. It just is. It's again, there can't be footage of a young Bob Gimlin next to a Bigfoot patty suit. He never brought that up before. That's a pretty big thing to bring up. So again, it's going to be hard. Mr. Booberry says Bob Gimlin was apparently ready. Yeah, in the documentary, I guess they approach him and a 2024 Bigfoot fence. This film was all produced kind of during, I guess, 2024 is what it sounds like. And they wanted to release it last year. And then I can't quite remember why they said they held back. It might have been because of Jeff Maldrum's death. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. But Jeff Maldrum is heavy in the documentary. Yeah, so they approached Bob Gimlin at this convention, Bob Hermonimus and Clint Patterson. So the youngest son of Roger Patterson, and then Bob Hermonimus, who was in the suit on the day of the shoot. He wasn't in the suit for the test footage. So they say like it does look a little bit less full, but I mean, it's there. So again, so they approach Bob Gimlin. Bob Gimlin, they tell him like, hey, do you think it's time to go ahead and come forward and tell the truth? And he says yes. And then his wife steps in front of the camera and kind of blocks it, but they can still hear the audio. And they agree on an interview where he's going to come forward. And then he cancels it in the last minute before the interview. Again, they showed this to Jeff Maldrum. Who else there's a list of people who saw it. And it was all like, again, if there was some doubt coming from some of these people, but it's not. There's no doubt coming from anybody who's witnessing this. Scorpius goes, so it's being released at a festival other than a standalone event. That's another thing where it's like, that's a perfectly acceptable place to release it. I mean, why should it be? If it was a standalone event, people would argue then, oh, well, they're just trying to make money off it. It's just a standalone event. Corey Feldman did this. He did a standalone event. No, a festival is a perfect place because you get a complete general audience. No one's there just specifically for Bigfoot. You get a full open view. Again, if we're going to stick with like arguing whether or not it's fake or not, it's like it's got to stick to what's on the footage. And what's on the footage, there's test footage of the suit being tested. That's the issue here. Not like how they're releasing, how they're again, I keep seeing that too, where like, oh, these people are trying to make money off it. People were making money off the Patterson footage. And if it's fake, yeah, you had your money basically scammed from you to some degree, you know? Just curious, goes, sounds like more hype. I mean, it's a hypeful thing. I mean, it is hype. You know what I mean? And Oki says, fake or not, it won't change my life. That's what I want people to understand. This does not prove that Bigfoot doesn't exist at all. It makes a much clearer vision for what we have to look for when we're looking for Bigfoot, because Bigfoot's not easy to film. And we know this from the last from every day past the Patterson footage release, it has not been easy. Other footage to look at. We still have the Freeman footage, which over the years, I find the Freeman footage a lot more interesting. There's just something about the size of it. It looks much larger. It's just interesting to me. There's other footage that we can now talk about. And this can be, like I said, cleared from the hard drive. We got all this extra space now where we can put ideas out there and think about things. This is a good thing. As you said, the whole asking him, then stopping him for the doc. I don't know what that means. You mean like hoax? Halvin Hollow said hoax and quartz is where the real money is. Yeah. And that's something too that's in the documentary, I guess, is Clint Patterson, Roger Patterson, he is proud of his dad for putting on this hoax, for fooling everybody. Like there is like, I guess it shows everybody's reaction to the test footage. And you get to see it. Some people are crying, some people are laughing. It is how you take it, you know? But again, if there's no doubt coming out of people who seeing this, then that is what it is. And the fact that Bob Gimlin's in the footage with a patty suit with breasts a year before the Patterson footage, that's an issue. That's a big deal. That's not something you can just go, well, I paid money to see him at a convention and he was nice to me. Cool, bro. It is what it is. Do they prove it? We will see. Yeah, and ultimately, that is what we're all gonna see, and very soon too. And that's there's a bit so many comments that aren't even like they're not even like going towards the actual what the content is. They're attacking everything around the content. And if you got to fire shots at who's making it, how they're releasing it, how they're doing this, that's not what the issue is. That's not what the issue is. People are allowed to do that wherever they want to do it. And to judge that and not judge like, okay, well, they have 16 millimeter footage from 1966. And it again, it shows Bob Gillen with a Bigfoot suit with tits. I think we're here. You know what I mean? Halvin Hall said, "Boo, my money's on us," and that's another great opportunity here. We all get the chance to film the Patterson footage for real. We got a whole new ball field, baby, all new. Just like out here. I guess I'll talk about the. I gotta scroll through to see what kind of questions there is here. Anybody trashing the filmmakers' families? I guess that's another issue too. Is that like Matt Moneymaker really went after the filmmakers of this really hard, said some really disgusting, degrading things to them and their families, and the accountability I think needs to be put out for how some of these people are reacted. Because like I said, this is a toxic community. Having like been accused of like attempting to light forest on fires and stuff like that because I'm in someone's area. This community needs a change, and it's funny that a lot of these people who have been sticking up for this are also the same people who have been throwing threats around. And it okay. I mean, I'm just saying it's a new day, everybody. It's a new day. It's beautiful. Look at that sky. I do not have an ND filter on. I should probably put one of those on. Where are we at? When Mr. Bieber says Matt Moneymaker is one of those guys who's in too deep, up his own. Well, that's why I don't understand why a lot of these people haven't taken more. I can say a few things definitively, and it's like I seen a Thunderbird. Like I have no proof of this, but like I can say that definitively. But I'm also not so closed-minded where like I've read other encounters of Thunderbirds where like they disappear in front of people or they go translucent. I didn't experience that, but like I did experience a Thunderbird, so like I'm not putting anybody out for how they feel, and that's kind of the difference where I think with Patty, where it's really fed a lot into this flesh and blood idea, where I don't know after many years of being out in the woods, after all the weird experiences I've had in the woods, not just with Bigfoot or what I think is Bigfoot, but with whatever's going on out here. There's another element here at play, and the Patterson footage has been a big barrier because it is just it's presented as a flesh and blood being. And if it's just walking, why can't we shoot it? Why can't we film this every year? Why can't we catch one? Because it is just walking away. It is just an animal. Well, now we can set that all to rest. We don't know what this thing is, and we don't know what's going on here. And that's a good headspace to go into. It's not a beautiful sky here. It's still snowing. Wow, where are you guys at? That's still snowing. I would have been okay with some snow today. If it's going to be cold out, because it is cold out, I'm like chilly right now. I could deal with a little bit of snow. Scorpio says that way more interesting what Halvin Hall or MK can bring us rather than revisit the past. And that's the other thing too. This is getting rid of the old guard. This is bringing in a new. And yeah, like this is like the running of the bulls. Like the gates are open. Like go find Bigfoot, everybody, and you ain't got to be held back by because people have been like bullied and pushed out of this community because they have doubts about that footage, just doubts about it. And it's something I was very interested. It popped in my head last night because I met MK Davis. And I love MK Davis. He's a great guy. I never agreed with his massacre theory, but you know what he did get right was the technical side of things about the processing of the footage. And like, he was right. Like it wasn't processed how they said it was. So on the technical side of some of that stuff, he was dead on. And like that's the stuff that I find interesting. Like we can now step back and look at what did we get right here? What didn't we get right there? We're going to expand our minds about this. It's going to be a great thing. And yeah, one of the things that like why I align with like what Help and Hollow does so much is that like you have to have this open mind about what's going on out here because it's we don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. They're telling you they don't know what it is. We have a good idea of what it is, and like we just go from there and we follow the evidence. And like what I'm going to do out here, like I guess I'll give you a tour. Are we ready to take a look at where I'm at? Because this is like a beautiful spot. I can take you guys around. Mr. Uwharrie says because it's more than a flesh and blood animal, unfortunately, which widely opens up the can of worms. Yeah, exactly. I being freed from this idea that because I even was, and I still am. I'm open minded to it. That there's some relic hominid running around. Maybe there is. I don't know, but there's definitely something a lot more going on with this phenomenon. Something that isn't flesh and blood. It might be flesh and blood for a little bit here, but it's not here all the time. It goes someplace else. Okay, let's do a tour. Let's do a tour. Let's do a tour. Let me unplug this guy. Let me free myself up a little bit. Oh, I'm like, can I also just say I'm like scared to look at my phone at what kind of craziness, what kind of crazy comments I've gotten so far. Again, I knew it was coming. I was asking for it. Let me get you. Let me just kind of spin you around real quick. Let me see if that. Let me get you straightened up a little bit. So this is the southern portion of the Uwharries. I'm in the very center of what is a figure-8 loop of trails. Right there, we have this is a spur trail / bike trail that connects with the Uwharrie Trail. And the two trails that form the figure-8 here is the Uwharrie Trail and the Dutchman's Creek Trail. And right in the middle of it, kind of somewhat, is this big loop. And let's go take a look at it. Let me pop you off. And I got to carry the laptop. I guess maybe at some point I should probably get some sort of tablet. Come walking with me. Get a good view of the bus here. This is a very, very small, it is called, well, I'm not going to tell you the name, but it's a camp. But there really isn't a camp, so to speak, but there is a privy here. Right there. And, but it's basically just a loop. There's a dirt road coming in. There's a Forest Service road over here. There's no marked parking or anything, but it's a good spot because I actually came out here 2 years ago. Not even that, a year ago. Even less than that. Yeah, that's right. Did you know it's me and Hal Bent Holler's friends anniversary next week? This coming up. We met for the first time here in Uwharrie. But a week after that, I came out here very early in the morning before the sun rose, and I actually took this trail down here. And why I did that was to, if you go in through there a couple miles, there's a valley that pours out into not really a populated area, but there is a nicer campground near a lake. Just topped everything over. But this campground apparently gets some activity. Vocalizations, stuff like that. So I was thinking, wow, if this valley pours out into that, maybe whatever this is travels that valley. So I decided to come out there before sunrise, thinking, well, maybe they're coming back in the dark. I can maybe catch one or get some sort of vocal. So I went down through there, and it's a creepy spot in the middle of it when it's dark out. And like I said, like the sun just started rising, like when I got to where I wanted. But I'm hoping from this spot, this is centralized from all these trails, and the trails are going around like these mountains. And mind you, it's Uwharrie, so it's like a 600-foot mountain, but so not like insane. But I'm hoping that being in the middle of all this, I can maybe get some good audio and channel everything. I also have a thermal to use and my night vision setup with a very sensitive microphone mounted to that. So I'm hoping I can catch something here. I'll be spending the next few days here if I can. And we'll see how it goes. Where are we at? Oh, I got to plug my mouse back in. Good, it's back in. Scorpio says, likely snake free today. That is one perk of this. It's cold enough to where if the snakes are out, they are not moving fast. You ever seen a cold snake? It's like the most snakes can go from being like the most threatening thing in the world to like the most unthreatening thing when it's like cold. When they're cold, they're just like, it's just a snake, but it's super slow motion. It's like I was never really afraid of I'm more afraid of like smaller, regular, like copperhead sized snakes freak me out. The bigger a snake is, the less I'm afraid of it because I can keep my eyes on it. So like if I was in the movie like Anaconda, I wouldn't be so much scared of the snake itself because I'm like, well, I can see it and it's huge. And that movie is fictitious in the sense that like, I don't think they move that fast when they're like 60 feet long or whatever it was. I could be wrong, but you know what? I'm never going to the Amazon to find out. For shame, running around disguised as a school bus. All you need is some Zagnuts to lure something in and you're good to go. I actually had a Zagnut bar. This is going to sound pathetic, maybe. I was like really craving for some sweets. I'm trying to lose a little bit of the stomach fat. I'm trying to get some abs going for the late springtime. I really was craving a snack. I didn't have anything, but in my little trail bag, I had a Zagnut bar from that trip, and I ate it. That was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm out of Zagnut bars. That's what that story was about. All you need is some. I read that one. Should have left you the Aztec death whistle. Yeah, I'd rock and roll it. See what happens. At least on the last day, I'd rock and roll it. Okay, time for a trip to Hanoba. I really want to go out there because that whole Hanoba siege story captivated me when it came out. So I'm still that whole area looks amazing too. I did a scan of the old Google Earth and just took a look at the surroundings, and it looks like a really, really interesting area out there. Could you get the bus into the Amazon? Find a giant anaconda. I don't know. I would imagine this can get through the Panama Canal, all right, right? I mean, school buses. It would be like that movie Sorcerer, but instead of like dynamite, I just got two cats that will jump on you and fight you. I could probably make it into the Amazon. Sure. Yeah, they can do it. She can do it. Great podcast to change a distributor to. Oh, right on. Old Move Motorsports is the mind behind this. He did all the technical hard work on this, like all of it. I don't understand all of it. I'm only now figuring out how the power thing works. And so far, all of it's working fine. It's pretty much all user error and me having to understand the limitations of this thing. But like I said, right now, I'm like beaming with sun. I got some clouds going over now, but the solar panels are providing enough charge to put a charge on the lithium power bank in here and provide power for the Starlink and the laptop and everything else. So I'm hoping tonight, I'm hoping that no one shows up here because I'm hoping tonight I'll be able to live stream. And worst case scenario, I may have to start a generator up at some point just to get power. If not during the live stream, after in the morning, so I can make coffee while it's still dark out, because I hate not being able to make coffee till it's like 8 a.m. and then you can start engines up. And I can't. This isn't really those. This isn't one of those types of campgrounds though. This is just kind of like I've been up here playing. I would just like park the car right here, and then you just get out and hike for the weekend. And that's what most people do. But yeah, Uwharrie middle of the week, there ain't nobody out here. I got a tour and it's very cozy. Well done. Yeah, I gave everyone that showed up that night. I had a bunch of hellbenders and subscribers to my channel show up, and I gave them the tour of the bus. And they all say they liked it. That's good. I think it's cozy. It's a lot like living in a cabin, and I like a lot of the aspects of like it's very like Little House on the Prairie in terms of like water. Like I have a little sink thing that's just like I have to throw it out the window. Or I have to like it's just I like it. It's quaint, and it keeps my mind occupied. All the things I have to maintain. Like I should probably check to see how the battery's doing. Let me check it up. Last time I checked, the last 5 times I checked over the last 3 hours, it's been 100%. So that's fantastic. Android has a software update. Good, perfect timing. I suspect Joe is shopping for a bus. We know what would do good for them is like a small camper trailer, something like a 20-footer. I think they'd get a lot of good use out of it. The only issue is Joe is like, if he's still in chat, he's like 6 5'7". He's giant, and I don't know. You'd have to get like a high top camper. I don't know. He's gonna hate this thing. He's gonna be inside of it like this. I'm fine though. It's at my perfect height where I got 1 inch of clearance. I'm 5'7", so I'm a little shorty guy, and I got like 1 inch of clearance underneath the AC when you're going by, so I can like run in there and I'm fine. But like if you 5'8" or over, you're gonna ask Mulvey Motorsports in there. You're gonna whack your head off that AC. I'm thinking about putting a pool noodle around it to keep people from going unconscious. Crypto Casper, I said I can't wait to see the bus. Yeah, I'm hoping that it'll be. I mean, I'm going to that Barkley Lake Fest, and I would like to take the bus. So hopefully the bus will be there. I also want to go see. They're playing Jaws, I guess, in the springtime, and I would like to see that also. He'd brain himself on the door. I know how it feels. I always hit my head on stuff. That was something when we were constructing this. So all the doors in here, they have like these paddings, right? Because like if you go out through the handicap hatch, there's a padding there. The back door has a pad there. When we were building it, we took all those pads down, and I whacked my head off the back of this door on the back door, the emergency door, so hard one day, and it was like bleeding, like I cut, and it's like it was so painful. I immediately tracked down that pad and like put it back. So like I got all the padding up, but still, yeah, if you're over 5'7", 5'8", you don't be running around the bus. You're gonna knock your head off. One thing I'm glad that we went with, and not that we went with, like we had a choice. All the lighting in there, except for the puck lights, which are actually the bus's interior lights. All the actual lights that I used during the night, they're all like lamps or Scotch lights, so they're all like on the side and low. So like the ceiling is as minimal as it could be. In retrospect, I think I would have went with a mini split, but I don't know. The most convenient thing about the AC, how it is right now on just right above the bed, is that you just get blasted with cold air when you need it, which is perfect. That's what you want. Deborah Caraway says I could easily fit in your bus. I'm 5 foot. Oh yeah. Like I said, like it's amazing that it's a little tight with Ogata's a big cat. Tuna kind of like fits in there. She just kind of like finds a spot. Ogata, when he's like out and about or got zoomies, is like a mountain lion running back and forth through your bus. And he's bad about it at night. He, understandably, like he wants to go out and explore. He's kind of used to doing that. At least back at the shop where the bus was getting built at. But like out here, like I can't obviously just let him run through the woods. Like coyotes will tear him apart. And he just gets zoomies at night. He wants to go out. He won't shut up. He just keeps yelling at you. Which Bruce said that's going to be a nice in the summer. Yeah, exactly. That's why I kind of like, I go back and forth from like thinking like, oh, maybe a mini split would have gave me a little bit more headroom for people. But then it's like, no, I want an AC right above my bed. Because when it's like 100 degrees out, this bus is cooking. There's really nothing you can do about it. Like it's metal, it's double layer, and it's just cooking. So like it takes a lot of AC to get this thing to cool down. Mr. Blueberry, oh, Poe Kitty. Yeah, he ran out here earlier when I was setting up because there's just nothing you can do. Like you got to open these doors up long enough. And a Tuna's fine. Tuna just hangs out next to you. She just hangs out with you. Ogata will get like in his head that he needs to escape, or he might even be like a looper, like he teleports, but he's not in control of it because he'll just appear someplace completely different, screaming and terrified. And then you have to go out there and get him. Scott said, man, that bus is nice. I want it. You know what? There was one, like I said, this bus has a sister. This is a Montgomery County. This is a legit, you guys have probably all heard this before, but this is a legit Uwharrie activity bus. So it's very quaint that it's back here again. It's a nice full circle kind of thing. And there was actually a sister to this. They bought 2 of these. And the other one I heard from the guy I bought this from is that it's a schoolie tool. It's out there somewhere. Tuna does close patrols and cuddles. Yeah, the Tuna literally just kind of like stays nearby the bus, and I like that a lot. She's a perfect bus cat. Ogata, he just, like I said, he might be like an unknown looper. He teleports to different spots. How long have we been going? It's only been 40 minutes. Wow. Right on. But again, I'm going to get this. We got plenty of sun here, so I'm going to get this battery and make sure it's good and charged. And tonight, we'll be doing a live stream out here inside the bus by the window, looking out here, depending on how cold it is. But hopefully we'll capture some good audio. This spot is known for having vocalizations. In fact, there's a BFRO report taken from about 1.5 miles, no, 2 miles from here. If you take this trail down and get on the Uwharrie trail, head north, there's a campground. There's a little, it's not a campground in the sense like you take a car there. It's like a camp for hikers called Big Island Creek. And there's an account there. It's one of the first ones I ever kind of came across in the Uwharries. And it's of 2 hammock campers getting an aggressive vocalization at them. So there is historical sightings throughout here. I've heard more recent stuff from like hikers hearing strange vocalizations out here. So that's kind of what my main goal is. But like I said, I acquired a thermal from. He doesn't want me to shout him out, but he's out there. You know who you are, sexy stud. And I got a thermal and I got a night vision, and hopefully we'll be able to capture something out here. But we're in a good spot. No one's out here, middle of the week. You can slightly, like I said, this dirt road's probably about from where I entered it at, it's like 1.5 miles from a road. So you get a little bit of car noise, but nothing too crazy. I think we're in good shape here. So what do you guys say? Another live stream later on tonight. I think I'm going to do it probably around, again, as long as no one parks next to me and I can't start up a generator. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to do it around 9 or 10, and then we'll kind of just go from there. Midnight to 3 a.m. seems to be like prime time for activity. But then again, we have gotten stuff like around sunset and going into that. So I'm thinking 10 o'clock's a good time. We'll just hang out. We'll just do a nice classic stakeout. Oh. It's bright. Okay. Oh, okay. I was Scorpius gave me an awesome thermal, and I'm gonna be trying to figure out how to link that up so I can like throw it up on the screen there. All right, everybody, have a good day. Remember, guys, take this new information with an open mind, an open heart, and don't be afraid to let things go. But also give everybody like a week. People are gonna be saying some crazy shit to you. Everyone just calm down and just give it a week for the thing to process, everybody. And like I said, this is a good thing. It is a good thing. Like, trust me on this. Like, the truth will always set you free. Okay, said, MK, do you have a perimeter alarms? The cats actually do an amazing good job. Because one of the things like I said, I was staying at the Outer Outpost on their off-road vehicle, unpaved parking lot. During that storm, they were very nice. I asked them. It wasn't like I was like trespassing or anything. But anytime the possums or raccoons were going out for the dumpsters, I knew about it. I was awoken by cats jumping over me, on me to peek out the window. So I do kind of have a perimeter alarm set. And cats are probably, I don't know if they'd be better than dogs, but cats are probably pretty good at being alert and like picking up on things. I don't know how their vision compares to a dog or anything like that, but I do have a trail camera, but I need to get I'm short on, it takes like 8 AA batteries. I was going to set that up, but then I did my battery count. I did not have 8. I had 4. But that's not an issue. I'll go pick some more up next time I go by. It was actually, believe it or not, a Dollar General about 6 miles away. So I mean, if I had to get something, I can get to a Dollar General in perfect Southern style. I can get to a Dollar General in about 10 minutes. I must be where I said, I sure hope there was no dog man out there. Whew, I gotta wet my whistle, guys. Calm down. It's a blue Gatorade day. Hope everybody drinks their blue Gatorade. Get some water then. I have to drink this whole thing. I have to force myself to. The dehydration has to stop. And okay, where we're at. I sure hope there's no dogman out there in those woods at the moment. The only allegedly there's a picture like a rock. I don't know what you call it, like a pictograph. It wouldn't be like a hieroglyphic, but like something carved into a stone near the river from the Native Americans that shows a dogman figure. And Hop and Hollis talked about this. I used to have a video up on my other channel of me at this place called the Town Creek Indian Mound. And some of the artwork in there from the Native Americans depicts like dog-headed or upright standing canines. There's the only thing I ever heard that seemed dog-manish was a hiker that I knew. He was just driving through the area and he wanted to just stop and take a rest, so he set up camp right off the road at the 109 trailhead, kind of near that. And he traveled a lot back and forth from like I forget where, like Wilmington to I think Hickory or something like that. And he was in his tent when something that he said sounded like the Predator clicking. So that like I can't do the Predator click, but you know what I'm talking about? That scary Predator click. And then he got real sketched out. He was armed, and he announced himself as being armed. And he just said that it just kind of just stopped. Like he just didn't hear it after that. And then he said that someone told him that those dogmen in that area. And I know there was other reports that people have, but again, like it's mostly Bigfoot stuff is what we get out here, and UFOs and orbs and ghost, and occasionally Mothman. The normal stuff, guys. Danger Day said, "No worries, another suit." No, that's going to be the that was really the kicker for me when everyone was saying, like without a doubt, that it's the suit. I was like, okay, because if it wasn't, then because I was thinking before it came out, again, I believed in this footage every day of my life up until the last 24 hours. If I was thinking that, do you remember Irvin? I mean, maybe it's Ivan, but I think it's Irvin Marks. He was on the expedition. He produced a documentary, I think in 1970 or maybe 1969, called Bigfoot, at like the legend. That's how he said Bigfoot. He would go, that was a perfect Irvin Marks. Bigfoot. That's how he'd say it. He did a documentary and he had a suit on and he presented it as real in that documentary. He was a little bit of a showboat, but it's clearly not a real person. And I was thinking it was going to be some sort of footage involving that suit or something similar. Once I heard that like it was the Patty suit, like there's no doubt about it from anybody, I was like, okay, it's done. Then especially when like Bob's there with it, it's like, okay, oh, it's done. Hey, have you thought about going to the TNT area around Point Pleasant, West Virginia? I love the Mothman stuff so much around Point Pleasant. I definitely want to get up there to Point Pleasant and do some Mothman stuff. That's a very interesting area, and I've heard so much about it. And Mothman Prophecies is my favorite movie on the paranormal. I think it nails it because nothing ever like Lisa. There was a person on my Facebook who was talking about it and said like the movie feels like you're missing pieces of what the story is, and that's exactly kind of how the paranormal feels like. It feels like you just kind of in something, you don't understand it fully, and nothing's directly connecting, but there is some sort of connection between things, but you seem to be not understanding it. It really captures that like weird paranormal feel. It's interesting. It said it's active. The TNT field's active. Mr. Brewer said Bob Gilman should speak up once this footage gets released widely. Well, this is the other issue too. Like there might be in some with how old is Bob Gimlin now? Like 97. That's he should, if he's of sound mind, he should speak up. He should say something. But again, he's a 97-year-old man. It's like that's something with this too, where it's like these are like no one's left from that time period. So we are left with what they've given us. And right now, what we got in our lap is a young Bob Gimlin on a horse next to a Patty suit. Like, I don't know. I mean, I would have a hard time. It is jaw dropping. I couldn't sleep at night knowing that I did something like that. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't, that'd be a hard, again, though, like these people have loved ones and families who they wanted to provide for. So maybe the money thing, it was enough. There's a whole section about how like the guy who really holds the licensing for all this and was just divvying up the money. He built the house that Patty built. He lived in this like really gaudy Greek mansion, and it was all paid for by, you know, basically the licensing of the Patterson footage. Yeah, that's interesting. So it's fascinating era we're going into. But hey guys, put on your hard helmets, man. We're gonna go plow into the next stage of all this. The Bush, Bob Gimlin and his family made money. They made fun of, and again, it's like yeah, like they made money off of it. This is why, like, when the argument comes up that these filmmakers are just trying to make money off of it, hey, clear the road out. someone else made money off the other end of this. And what they're claiming, they're at least showing receipts for everything. And that's something that you got to consider. Mothman Festival is 3 weeks from September. Last year, over 15,000 people. I know it's really big. I want to check out that statue too. I want to see that chrome butt on that Mothman. You know what I'm talking about? What are the odds we get a patty is fake on St. Patty's Day? Happy St. Patty's Day, everyone. That's right. It's St. Patty's Day. I didn't even wear green. Well, I got like a olive drab green, but I should have worn more festive green. I think I got a John Deere sweater inside. I'll pop it on. What's that? If you hear the predator, Malvi Murphy said, if you hear the predator, the last thing you do is arm yourself. That's a good point. Shouldn't you just surrender, right? He would like it would be like a situation in like Alien versus Predator where like that old guy's about to like fight him, and then like the predator like scans him, and then it's like, nah, I'm not gonna fight you. Like it would be a similar situation with me. I would just kind of be like, he like zoom in, and my heart would just be like and you're like, no, you're going into cardiac arrest right now, sir. I cannot fight you under good conscience. I'm sure there's no dogman out there. I think that's everything. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later on tonight. Let's do it. Let's look for Bigfoot, guys. Clear minds, no judgment. Let's stay humble. Let's stay grateful. Let's just look for Bigfoot. Let's try to capture some footage of it because it's really hard. Mr. Blueberry said, Al Diatley, that was the name of the guy. Yeah, apparently it was the powerful guy who made the most money off the BG film. Yeah, and that Al Diatley is the guy who built that like his mansion off of it. He also owned like an asphalt company or something like that. And let's not get political. That's the thing about it too, is that like I get why people are jazzed up. Like but people need to, if somebody is going after like your opinion on like this being a hoax, if they're not like going after what the actual content of what is being shown, if they're attacking like everything around it, that's a tell that like they don't actually have anything to stand on. So keep that in mind, guys. Like again, and again, give everybody a week to process this. It takes a week to kind of process this type of stuff. Okay, good to see you, Mr. Blueberry. Good to see you, Vincent. Thanks for coming by. Paul Green, good to see you. Who else we got? Scorpius, Michelle. Great to see you. Ada Cox, thanks to see you. I wish they would show me the actual user, like your what you want your name to be. Why am I seeing this weird? Mr. Blueberry, I already got you. All right, guys. Godspeed. Good luck. Be positive today. Be nice. Be kind to people. And tomorrow we can go back to being raging assholes. I promise. But today is a special day. It's St. Patty's Day. Save the fighting for after 10 o'clock, okay? All right, guys. Have a good night. Have a good night. It's like 2. I'll see you guys tonight, guys. Did it end? No, it's not ended. Okay, wait a minute. Set up an outro video. I gotta get one of those cool outro videos. That would be pretty sick. All right. Happy St. Patty's Day, everyone. Let's end this thing. Let's do it, guys. Let's kick this thing in the butt.